Alright, homie, this is how I field strip my AR after shooting from the range. Okay, so this is mine right here. Check down the barrel, make sure there's no bullets in there a couple of times just for safety. Okay, so I'm going to release one side here, which breaks it open, releases the bolt carrier group. Okay, and the charging handle. Okay, then I'll release a top pivot pin here. Disconnect the upper from the lower. Okay, and normally what I do with the lower is just I'm going to unsafety that, and when you fire, when they're not connected, you don't want this hammer hitting on this, so you don't ever release it without softening the hammer like that. So I just open up the hammer, and normally I just do a few drops of lube or rem oil inside the trigger group there. Not a good picture on the camera, but and then I just sit here and do this. Just fire it with my thumb on the hammer, you know, and then move it around. That gets the kind of the lube going everywhere. I don't normally, I wipe this down once in a while, which I just open it up, and then I release the spring, and I just take a rag and with, you know, kind of oily rag, and then just I wipe it down. I don't normally do anything to it all the time. So that's about it on the lower, and I just wipe around it just to get some debris out of the inside here where the magazine goes. And if you see anything, I just take a Q-tip, and you know, so I have a lot of like brass. I can see a lot of brass. I haven't cleaned this since my last shot, so just try to remove whatever you can. Or before you lube it, actually, you can just, they have a spray cleaning. I don't have it on me, but it's just basically blowing air through there, and it kind of clears out of debris and cleans it. So I'll take a picture of that later, and then once it dries, I wipe it down, and then I lube it, and then wipe it down, get as much lube. You know, I like to keep it kind of wet, even if it'll start dripping through the pins and stuff. That's okay too. All right, and then the upper, you'll notice just right inside, you know, that's the side view, that's the bottom view. Just right inside there, you'll see all kinds of debris in there. And then I just take that same blower, I kind of blow it a little bit, get my hops and some Q-tips, and I just kind of work it around everywhere. And once I think it's clean, I give it a good wipe down inside, and then I take my rem oil and I just spray it down, or you take the Mobil 1 lube and just kind of, I use my fingers, I just go in and try to lube as many parts, stuff that you can't get to with the Mobil 1. I just use the spray. So, and of course down the barrel, you know how to clean that. Clean that with your rod and wipes, and just clean it as good as you can with the hops or CLP, whatever you use, and then just throw a couple of patches down of lube, and you should be good to go. And I just kind of oily rag wipe around everywhere. I don't take it apart, I just kind of wipe down around it. And then for your bolt carrier group, okay, so I normally take this little pin right here out that holds the firing pin, a little clip, and your pin should slide out with a tap. Okay, and then this little cam pin right here, okay, that should, you just kind of turn it 90 degrees and pull it out, okay, and that'll release your bolt. So on mine it's got this like little spring here, but normally I think the other ones don't come with a spring. So this one, just because I think it's on the piston driven AR bolt carrier group, I think it has a spring. So then I just clean, wipe down really good, and then I grease it up. This is this little part right here is the extractor. This is what pulls your bullet casing out. So there's a little drive pin that you got to push out. I don't know, you can't really see it on here. There you go. There's a little drive pin right there that you push out, and then the extractor comes out. I don't normally mess with that, only once in a while. So, and then what I was talking about, not getting too much lube on the face, is right here. I don't, inside here, you know, don't get too much oil in there. Just kind of take a Q-tip, lightly oiled, and then just kind of go around it. Cleaning wise, it's okay, you know, kind of go around with a Q-tip until, you know, all the carbon's off it, you know, right in between all the ridges and stuff. And then don't spray down on this thing, just kind of take light lube and so that it slides back and forth. And that's about it, man. You just, and then, you know, this charging handle, you just wipe down, same thing. Nice little coating of lube on there, not too much. And that's it, man. And then you just put everything back together and you're good to go. All right, hope this helps.